Hi guys, welcome to the show. I'm Manny.
I'm Terrence.
And here are the goods. Finally, after 2-week hiatus here.
I know.
It's been freaking insane, man. I mean, we did Alamo City Comic Con.
Yeah.
You did the car show.
Yeah. We've been out. We've been doing things. We've been making moves.
We move. Making moves. We moves. And amazing freaking time at the cons and at the car show. So, you had some pretty good reviews out there, so check those out too. But 2016 has been a really crappy year, Terrence.
Okay.
You know, all these deaths and horrible crap going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, I broke my phone.
Broke his phone. And, a girl threw a banana peel at me. And
Was it like Mario Kart?
Yes, it was. I was looking for the star so I could freaking run her off. But anyway, so with all of that, and the cherry on the top of the cake there was that we had all these deaths, and now the death of our government and the death of our. No, I'm just kidding. Donald Trump is president. Did the Simpsons really get this right?
They did. That's one of the things where it's so out of the ordinary, and so like this will never ever happen that a TV show will do something like that, and then when it happens you're like, what world are we living in? Are we in a cartoon now? Has the realities crossed and like everything just gone upside down? Are cats and dogs living together?
Mass hysteria! So he won a lot of the states that were normally Democratic states, but he actually won them by going out there and getting to know these really blue collar Americans out there, white Americans, but Americans nonetheless, and they really listened to him. He sold himself on pretty good, and he shocked the world, and then got the presidency.
What is it? 50% of women voted for him. That's crazy. That's crazy. But the only thing I can say right now, whether or not I voted for Donald Trump, he's president now, or at least he's the president-elect right now. When he becomes the actual president, when he's sworn in, all we can really do is support him and hope he does at least a decent job, because if we knock him and then he does a crappy job, it's not gonna make it better. So just say, please get it right. Please get it right. Don't put us in World War III. Don't bankrupt the government. God,
don't turn us into Mad Max. And, and all that. But anyway, so
basically, let me get my uniform first. Let me get the.
After this happened, there were protests, and there's still protests going on as of right now. All over the country protesting his election. So a lot of interesting signs. I saw a sign in New York that said, "Keep your hands off my."
That is awesome. Is that legal now? Can we just do that?
That is horrible. If I can say any good things about it is that it really drove home a really good spot on SNL when Dave Chappelle came back and hosted SNL, and it was awesome. And the skit with him and Chris Rock and everybody was just amazing.
That was surprising too, to see Chris Rock.
Yeah, but it was still great to see them together. But overall, just like you said, you got to give him a chance. Hope he does well.
And anybody can be president now. Anybody.
And I'm glad that you said that, because in 2020, not only is Kanye supposedly running.
Oh God.
But he has no chance. But Chris Rock has tweeted that he will be running for president in 2020
against Donald Trump's re-election.
Possibly, yeah. Well, not possibly, but yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow. That's crazy. I will vote for Chris Rock.
So this is the funny part. One is
not just because he's black.
One is, he's already played a president and head of state, so
there you go. He's already got some experience. He's got more experience than Donald Trump.
Isn't that awful?
I played the president on TV.
Yeah. Morgan Freeman, we need you to play the president.
Please come save us, Morgan Freeman.
Come save us. Narrating my life. All right. So, what I was going to say was, with Donald Trump winning, and then these two announcements of Kanye, and whether that's serious or not, I don't know. And then the Chris Rock thing.
Right.
These celebrities. Now it's not the first time the celebrities have actually, been in office. Jesse Ventura, Ronald Reagan,
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
even freaking Gopher from The Love Boat was freaking governor. So, do you think though, as from a president standpoint, that this kind of makes a mockery of the government, the United States government.
Well, I mean, it shows you that it's now a popularity contest. That's what it shows. That when you have these celebrities who get to government office, when it's mayors and governors and stuff like that, that's one thing because they got the vote because their hometown was a fan of theirs. Right. So I understand that. But I don't like to see a whole country get behind somebody just out of popularity and not taking into consideration their actual qualifications for the job. Right. So I hope that this is just a one-off. I was talking to our friend Chris, who's over in the corner. We were talking about Ronald Reagan, but even he mentioned that he'd already held public office before. So this is really kind of I hope this is just a one-off and that we don't see something like this going forward and that everything is just going to be what celebrity is popular enough to get out there and try to be president. So Kanye, please don't do this. And if Kanye does run, please don't elect Kanye. Please don't elect Kanye.
Well, if it's anything like his concert, he'll probably only do it for a little while and quit.
Yeah, and then he'll
cancel it.
But no, the debates would be awesome because he would just break it. I'm gonna let you finish. Beyonce had the best video of the whole world.
Oh man! And then when they announce his cabinet, it'll just pan out like the freaking video with all of these with his whole cabinet. In
exactly. Oh, they could use that video from "I Made You Famous." That'd be his cabinet right there. God.
Oh man. Anyway, well, good luck anyway, Donald. We hope you do well, and
I hope.
Yeah. Bram. All right. Well, one woman that he's not gonna be picking up like bowling ball here is Wonder Woman.
Okay.
Wonder Woman actually is, it looks like a really bright spot for DC right now.
Yeah, it does, actually.
It has some early screenings, and it's done very well, and the DC execs are very, very happy with it.
But so did BVS look great.
And so did Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad looked great. Man of Steel looked great. Everything looked great in the trailers. It's just when we actually see, whoever cuts their trailers is a genius. That person is a freaking genius because they always make all these movies look so amazing and we don't see their flaws until we actually see the movie on screen. So I'm hoping that they're not hiding something like they've done with the other movies. So,
but when you have Gal Gadot's up and comer, and then you have Chris Pine too in it. So I mean, it'll have some unknowns, but I think that she's already proven herself in the BVS to really hold her own. So it's like I said, it's already gotten its screenings done well, and the reshoots have actually already started. Okay. I don't think that they're really serious. Like there's problems with the script.
No, they're just kind of working something.
It's normal. Yeah. It's a normal thing. I mean, even Rogue One went through reshoots. Yeah. So. It's a normal thing, but that's already started now. The interesting thing that came out of that for me for Wonder Woman was that Gal Gadot came out and said that she'd like Halle Berry to be her love interest in the sequel.
Yeah, because I think they're talking about her being gay.
She's being bisexual.
Or bisexual. Okay, so her being bisexual. That's okay, but Halle Berry's a little bit up in age. So she likes the cougar.
Who cares?
I mean, she's a little bit of an age. I look.
Would you turn Halle Berry
There is no way I would kick Halle Berry out of there.
Exactly.
But I'm not
monsters
excuse me. I'm not in my mid-20s. So if I was in my mid-20s and Halle Berry is what, in her mid-40s?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I think she might be even almost 50.
Exactly. So I mean, that's your mom. I'm hot or not. Your mom.
No. All right. Well, anyway. But yeah. So that was a.
Hallie, you can call me up anytime. I don't know why I'm talking crap right now. Hallie, call me. Call me.
Oh man. Well, what I was going to ask you was, which is pretty interesting. I mean, given that Halle Berry was Catwoman, so that's pretty cool.
I would see.
Back to the DC universe.
Yeah.
After playing Storm for all these years.
But would they just make her an Amazon though?
I don't know. I think probably even just somebody from Earth.
Halle Berry's not that tall, and she's not really she has a physical presence. That's not really her.
Since Wonder Woman is in the States now, maybe she's from the States.
Oh, she get her another Earth. She's like that's now Wonder Woman's type. So she's like, I want the regular mortals. I don't want any of the Amazons. I've been surrounded by women my whole life, and I'm gonna get the black girl. Exactly. I'm gonna get the clean cut white boy.
Cross it off the list there. Anyway, so do you think it's worth the hype? Do you think that it's gonna actually do something?
Wait, if they do something like that?
No, as far as the just Wonder Woman in general.
I hope it does. They need a win. And obviously they've gotten, a lot of, cult following, a lot of more comic book fan love and praise, but it hasn't gotten that whole, mass appeal from everybody. So they need a win, and I hope Wonder Woman for two things. One, because this will be the fourth movie, and if it doesn't work well in this one, then their whole universe is in trouble. But then two, because it's really our first woman-led superhero film. So if you don't count Lucy, or you don't count the travesty that was Catwoman, but
that's like anti-hero.
But it's something that the genre needs in a whole. For women, for superhero films, for action films in general, we need more women-led films. So I hope it does well just because of that.
This movie comes out next year in June, and Justice League will come out in November after that. So whatever events happen in Wonder Woman, that should tie into Justice League. Right. Well, a company that is like winning already is Marvel, and right. Doctor Strange
two times
is a two-time champ at the box office, beating The Arrival and knocking out, whoever the hell knocked out the first time, which was it Medea?
Oh, was it Medea?
Yeah, I think it was Medea. Anyway, so either way,
who's watching Medea?
Either way, two-time champ, freaking knocking it out of the park.
Right.
Globally, $500 million pretty much is already made.
Right.
All right, over 330 of it came from international. Mm-hmm. So, and I can see that. With the way the tone of the movie is, you have the Oriental aspect of it too.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah, the Oriental, the ancient ones, the Oriental. Well, she's not Oriental, but how it's feeling. Anyway, but the international market really loves this film, and United States also. Domestically, we're at about over 150 million for it, so it's doing really good.
And it had a 45% drop. That's a really low. Normally it's like over 50. So, and Batman BVS had like almost like 80 or something like that.
It was 67?
It was,
I think 67. It was pretty.
They have the record for
bad.
the biggest next weekend drop. So to see this one actually have a super low drop, the only thing I can think of that was lower than this was like Avatar. Avatar had a super low drop, but
but it was great. Number one for like weeks and weeks.
Maybe Doctor Strange would be number one for weeks.
No, it will not be. But anyway, all right.
So December.
It is another hit for Marvel. It is part of the Phase 3. One of the things that me personally, I'm still like on the fence about it. I don't know if I like it or not. I think it's okay. I think Benedict Cumberbatch was brilliant casting. He was freaking awesome in that movie. Yeah. Tilda Swinton did okay. Rachel McAdams was really underused.
She was Ejiofor?
And he was good too.
Okay, so do you like the whole movie?
I didn't like the villain. I did not like the villain for one.
The movie wasn't about
it reminded
the villain.
me too damn much of freaking Inception.
It wasn't called Caecilius.
And why the hell is the freaking music Star Trek?
Because one of the composers was on the.
I don't want to hear it.
That's the reason why, and I think it fit. Did you want him to play the Inception music? Would that make you?
Well, I thought it was because Benedict Cumberbatch is Khan.
That too. There, it's got all types of Star Treks, interlacing, interwoven ties and all that stuff. It was like, wait a minute, it was good music.
Terrence did a pretty good review on it, so check that out. He's breaks it down pretty good, spoiler free, so you're good. And we're not gonna spoil anything here besides the music that
you just spoiled.
Did I just spoil?
People was like, God dang it, I wanted to be surprised by the
great post-credit scene too. But anyway, this really surprises me. Well, that really surprised me, but I applaud Marvel for taking a chance on this movie. Now, Doctor Strange is well known, but it's not as popular as, the other properties like Spider-Man and Captain America, Iron Man, and so forth. So, for them to take a chance on this movie, just like they did with, I would even say, just like they did with Ant-Man.
No, that was
just like they did with Guardians.
So that was a chance.
They take a chance on this movie, and they're succeeding. They succeeded with Ant-Man. It wasn't like a big juggernaut, blockbuster-wise, but it still did good.
You know why they can do this? Is because they have hits behind them. They have the established characters already that's already brought them in money that they're like, oh, we can test this one out, see how well it does. Oh, it did good? Okay, we can test another one. Oh, that one did good too? Okay, we can throw it there. So now they're going to be like going deep into like stuff you ain't never heard of. And like, hey, we found this one comic book that had this feature of this one character we've only mentioned like twice in like 50 years. We're going to do a movie about that. And you know what? We're going to eat it up. We're going to be like, oh, it's another Marvel movie. And then people are going to come out of the woodworks. I've been following that character for like 20 years. I've read everything that he was in, and I was like, I'm the hugest fan. Like, there's no big Doctor Strange fans. Okay, I'm lying. There's a couple of them. There's no big Guardian of the Galaxy fans. Yeah, a few. before you pointed out in the comments, yeah, there's a few of you guys. There's no real big Ant-Man fans.
Chris is here, so
exactly.
Who's gonna comment?
So, but for real, stop with the whole. I've been a fan of this for like ever. You haven't.
What I was gonna ask you was, now, is it because of the characters and the backing, or is it? Do you credit the writers, because the writers have done really, really good job, especially with Guardians. I mean, them tying it to the 80s and a lot of the stuff that they did with Guardians and the writing and how they developed the characters. I thought it was freaking amazing, and they've done that with Ant-Man, and they did it with Doctor Strange again. Right. So I thought it was a worthy origin story. There's just some subtle things that I was kind of turned off by it. But regardless, it's a hit. It's awesome. You can look for a sequel to definitely come out of this, and stay tuned for the post credit, because it looks like it does tie into Infinity War. So
yeah, definitely.
We'll see how that works out. All right. So speaking of more Marvel news here, Inhumans will actually be debuting as a TV show. Everybody knows that, right? Well, this is the difference, though. This premiere will actually debut on IMAX.
Oh yeah, where they're gonna do like the first 2 episodes or the first?
I think it's the first.
Okay.
And they're gonna film it with IMAX cameras and this and that. And they're gonna actually release it. So if they give it a 2-hour premiere, hey, that's a feature right there. That's pretty good marketing. I think that's kind of genius.
Yeah, that's why I kind of figured it's the first 2 episodes, because you would figure that the regular episode's about an hour long, so 2 episodes make it a full feature.
Yeah, or a 90 minutes, something like that. But yeah, it looks to be coming out September of 2017. It will be premiering in IMAX, and so it's a smart move.
Here's the thing. All right, so you're gonna introduce some characters. Trust me, there's not a big fan following for these particular characters. Stop lying on the comments. But you're gonna do it in a movie sense, where like nobody knows it, and then you expect them to translate over to TV.
I think that
I don't think that's quite the same audience.
If they market it right, and if they put some kind of identity to it, because isn't Teenage Negasonic Warhead part of Inhumans?
No, she's a mutant.
But she's not in that?
No.
Okay, I thought she was.
No.
Somebody from Inhumans is tied to the Marvel Universe right now, like as far as that's out right now.
Sky? On Agents of
S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
Okay, then that show's been out for what, 3 seasons already?
Yeah.
4 seasons? So that's what I mean. If there's some kind of notoriety that ties to it, or if they decide to put the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with it, I think it's going to be a hit. Especially if they film it with IMAX cameras and all that.
This goes back to your whole thing. It's like they can just dig in the barrel of kind of like obscurity.
Are you sure Teenage Negasonic Warhead's not on that?
She's a mutant.
But regardless, are you sure?
She's a mutant.
I don't care. Is she?
She's a mutant. They've already established her in Deadpool as a mutant.
Well, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. So be on the lookout for that. In other Marvel news here, really Disney actually.
Okay.
Disney is like freaking having an awesome year.
Right.
They're having a great year, and they've bought properties like Lucasfilms for $4 billion. They bought Marvel. They bought the Muppets. Yeah. They own ABC and they own ESPN.
They own all my childhood.
Well, they're gonna potentially own all of these awesome catalogs, because there's a rumor going on that they want to buy Netflix. And I don't know exactly.
I don't know, man.
Netflix is already paying a pretty good amount of change just for streaming Disney product. So, since streaming is really the thing of the world now when it comes to watching movies and shows and all that,
right?
Why wouldn't they want to really dive in and get Netflix and buy Netflix? That would be awesome.
They tried a video on demand service with I can't remember, it's like called Anywhere Disney or something like that. Mm-hmm. They tried, it failed.
Yeah.
And then they allowed Netflix to actually stream their stuff on Netflix. The only thing I don't really want this to happen, because I like competition. And then 2, if it becomes Disney owned, then it's all going to be all ABC stuff. It's going to own. Now it'd be great, because then we'll get all the Marvel stuff on there. We'll get all this other stuff, but we're going to lose all the other studios.
If they become a parent company and they allow the Netflix name, there's a possibility that
we own you, but we're hands off. Kind of like we own Marvel, we're hands off. We own Viacom, Lucas, we're hands off.
Right, like Viacom owned Blockbuster on MTV.
Yeah, they did a great job.
So yeah, they were awesome. Thanks, John Antioco. Anyway, so but yeah, so if they did it that way, they could potentially be able to keep some of those catalogs and
I mean, they could.
But I think it'd be awesome.
I mean, they could.
But how much Disney? I mean, god damn it.
But all it's gonna, I still see.
That's enough already. Stop buying everything.
Well, they're still gonna come down. It's like, hey, you know what? We got these, we got all this, this stuff that we can't get to stream. Nobody will pay for streaming. Let's throw it on Netflix, and I just feel like it'll be more garbage on Netflix that you're not gonna watch. Just kind of filler that sometimes Netflix does, just to kind of give them actual content. So I don't know. I like Netflix the way it is because they get to produce their own shows. They get to do what they want to do, as opposed to having that overhead and Disney kind of saying like, okay, you're doing what you only do, but don't do that.
So the streak's going to continue next year. They're bringing out the Beauty and the Beast, the remake, the live action, transition adaptation from animation to
still kind of iffy on.
The trailer's out.
Mm-hmm.
Emma Watson, Kevin Kline.
Okay. I'm not sure if
Dan Stevens from Downton Abbey plays the Beast. Awesome motion capture. I don't think it doesn't look like it's makeup, so it does look like it's motion capture, kind of like
even though his horns are wrong, by the way.
Well, yeah, yeah, that's true. And then you got Luke Evans, man. Dracula Untold.
Gaston. That's the only thing that I like about this whole thing.
I like seeing Kevin Kline in anything because that means that Phoebe Cates was there somewhere.
How did you feel about like seeing the servants as like the candlestick and the teapot and the clock and
for it being a live action, I thought it was all right. It wasn't it was a worthy effort, and as far as the computer generated effects and all that stuff, that was pretty good.
I think
the voice talent, man, the voice talent on that is ridiculous. It's an all-star cast. I mean, it's freaking awesome.
I think there are some things that work well in animation and don't really translate well in live action. So when you see like a realistic clock talking and kind of dancing around and stuff like that, I'm not sure if that really works well. I think it was cute as a cartoon, because I was looking at the candlestick and I was like, oh, it's just a weird candlestick moving, and I saw the teapot and I was like, oh, it's a weird teapot talking to you, and I felt a little weird about seeing that stuff on screen.
Did you feel that way about the Jungle Book?
Well, because it was animals and we've already seen animals talk. They've already done that before.
What about Maleficent?
What, Maleficent? It was people.
What about anyway, I think it's gonna be a huge hit. It's gonna be another hit for them.
I could be totally wrong, and like I said, it was just the first trailer I got to really see about it. So it will probably put out better trailers later on. I'm like, ooh, I'm super excited about it now. But right now I'm kind of like,
Well, there's a lot of people that are excited about it, and in the first 24 hours that this trailer premiered, there was it was seen 127 million times, beating the previous record holder of 114 million, 50 Shades Darker, which beat Star Wars Force Awakens with 112 million the first 24 hours. So this movie is very highly anticipated, and it looks to be another hit as far as animation adaptation to live action. And I'm pretty curious of what the hell it's gonna look like when they get the Lion King out. I mean, it's gonna look like the Jungle Book, but you know what I mean. As far as the music and all that.
By the way, Ghostbusters got a lot of views too. See how that went. See how that went.
Oh my god. That's a lot of Disney talk.
It is a lot of Disney talk. Which is like, are you now part of their executive department?
No, I am not.
Are you part of their marketing and their promotions?
No, I am not. Here? And I have a feeling this next segment will probably throw us off. So in WTF Disney edition, Moana is set to come out this Thanksgiving holiday weekend, and it looks to be another hit for them. Having them have a freaking solid 2016. I mean, 2016 overall has been a crappy year, but for them it's been great. Civil War, Jungle Book, and so forth, and now Moana's another one that's lining up with The Rock, lending his voice to this animated character. Well, in Italy, it will not be called Moana. It will be called Oceana. Because in Italy, there is a famous Italian porn star named Moana Pazzi. And
oh my god. That's awesome.
She died in 1994 at the age of 33. But to this day, her movies are still popular. She is still popular.
I'm going to look it up now.
So yeah. They're changing. It's Oceana because of a porn star.
Wow. Wow. That's wow.
That's freaking hilarious.
That's wow. But they change titles all the time because some things don't translate well in other countries, or when they
yeah, porn stars.
the porn star name.
Porn star name. So I hope they never have something. Disney doesn't come up with something that's called Loveless. Or Deep Anything.
Yeah.
Anyway, so first of all,
they did that Little Mermaid movie with the castle behind you.
Yeah, which brings me to what, and I'm glad you brought that up because there's all this kind of sexual innuendo with some things from Disney, from that to the sex, the word sex that's written from the dust with Lion King, and now it's tied to Italian porn stars. That's awesome.
Hey. Disney, great job doing your homework there.
But anyway, for Aspen in the back, I'm Manny.
It's Aaron's.
And that was the goods. I'm ready.
It's fucking working. I'm so happy now.
All right.
That's until you realize that there's a bunch of stuff that probably doesn't work.
It actually deleted everything else.
Okay, so you can hear? You're good.
I'm upset about that.
We're good.
No, it works. It just it was when I was on Sprint and I switched to T-Mobile.
Okay, so we're good. You can hear everything. All right.
I mean, like, it doesn't work as a phone, but it works as a camera.
The camera's good.
It was fun. It's the posters that make it look weird, so...
Okay, so you ready?
I suggest don't get too loud, or you might, knock the sound out, so...
Oh, okay.
All right, we're good.
All right.
I mean, you can yell,
3,
just keep it to a minimum.
All right.
2,
keep it at a 5.
1. Yeah! All right. Ready?
Oh, we're recording.
We're recording.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm good.
All right.
I've been sitting
3.
here doing nothing.
Yeah.
Ding, ding.
Oh, sorry. Did you want me to say action?
No, you're good.
No, we're good. Ready?
Okay, ready?
3.
1, 2, 3.